Hey guys, this is Coach Selly, and by now you should have gotten your Selly Strength BFR kit in the mail. And today I want to go over exactly how to use these bands to use them safely and to get the most out of them. So first, I want to talk a little bit about why I chose these type of bands. We use semi-elastic multi-chamber air bands, and these are key because they're by far the most comfortable, which makes a huge difference in the type of workouts you're able to do. And also, by having the multi-air chamber, it makes it impossible to stop arterial flow regardless of the pressure you use. This removes the need to have any type of sensor involved in the band, which means you no longer need power or an app, and it just simplifies the entire BFR training experience. So that is the type of bands we're using today that I'm going to go over with you. So inside your bag, you should have 4 different BFR bands, 2 arms and 2 legs, and our BFR pump. So we're going to start with the arms, and I'll show you exactly how to put them on. There's a few keys to make sure you're putting them on where they're going to be the most comfortable and the most effective. So first, you want to have the nozzle pointing towards your midline on the front of your arm, and you wrap the band around, undo the Velcro, flip the tip right in there, and then you kind of pull it down. Now, the first time you're doing this, it might feel kind of awkward and it might take a time or two, but once you get used to it, you can get them on really quickly. Another way to do that, some people like, is just feed the strap in first, keep a soft loop like that, and then slide it up your arm and then tighten it. So that's another way to do it. So you can decide which one you like the best and just start getting used to that. Now, on the band itself, on this flap, tells you your pressure. So in this black dot, it will tell you your size. You're either a size 1 or a size 2. And size 1, you pump to 150 the first time. Size 2, you'll pump to 200. Now, that's a guideline. It's a conservative guideline for your first workout. From there, you can decide if you need more pressure and able to, in order to induce that fatigue we want to feel, or in some cases, you might even want to do less pressure. That's less common, but pay attention to how you feel, because pressure is not based on your fitness level. It's based on your physiology and your genetics and where your veins sit. And so just listen to your body, and that's going to give you the right pressure. So once you know the pressure you want to pump to, grab your pump, make sure the metal tip is pressed downward. So if it's up, it's going to be equal to the top of the white there. That's not going to go on your band. So press that down. Okay, that's in the position to flip it on the tip of your band. Okay, if you find it's hard to get your band on, this is a great tip for long-term use of your bands. You can always put a little Vaseline on the tip, and it will make it so much easier to slip on. So keep that in mind if it ever starts feeling sticky. Push it on until you feel like you hear a click. That means it's all the way attached. From there, you're going to pump it to your desired pressure. So I'm going for the 150 right there. Now, these bands, since they have the multi-air chambers, it can take a while for the air to fully spread out into all the little nooks and crannies. So move around a little bit, maybe flex a couple times, and then see where you end up. Good. I'm right at that 150. So I'm going to unclick and I'm good to go. I'll do the same thing on my upper arm, ensuring I have it as high as possible. I don't want my band on top of my bicep. I want it above my bicep, kind of between the bicep and shoulder groove, pretty much as high as I can get it right below my armpit there. You're going to put those on both arms, and you're ready to go for the arms. All right, removing the band, a couple tips. You're going to push on the tip of the band a couple times. That will let air escape. It's actually a great tip for when you're doing your workouts. If you ever feel like the band's getting too tight, you can just press that once or twice during a workout to reduce the pressure. Okay, when you take them off, I like to put this flap down so it velcros to itself and doesn't get stuck on your other bands. And then I fold the band over once or maybe even twice, and I squeeze it and I push the tip, and that's going to get the remaining air out of the bands. And that's important to do. Not only do you want to store it where it's not getting stretched out, but the next time you put your bands on, you want to put them on from a flat position. You don't want to put the bands when they're already pumped up. You don't want to put them on that way. So you can flatten them as you finish, and then we'll move to our lower body bands. So similarly, you have the label here, size 3 or size 4. Size 3, you're going to pump it to 250. If you're a size 4, that's going to be 300. For the legs, I like putting it with the nozzle on the front of my leg so I don't catch it on the side of my leg. And I want the nozzle pointing in, so that the strap is on the outside of my leg, not on the inside of my leg, just to keep things out of the way there. I'm going to put it up kind of as high as I can, right under my glute there. Okay. And I'm going to have it pretty high up in the groin, but I want to have freedom of movement. Obviously, I don't want to be pinching any sensitive skin there. So sometimes I'll do this in a kneeling position. You can see when my leg is bent, it's easy to know how high to get that band, and I just strap it down. Now with the legs, because they're bigger, we have more tissue. Sometimes a little bit more of a tug to tighten them initially is needed to get a good fit. I still can squeeze a couple fingers in there. That's actually still maybe a little loose. So I'm going to squeeze it a little more, and that's better. I can fit my fingers in there. It's not going anywhere. From there, again, I take my pump, attach it to the nozzle. Make sure you hear that click, and then I'm going to pump to 250. So one trick on the legs, I'm going to pump, pump, pump. I'm going to go a little above 250 to let that air settle back down. Then I'm going to stand up and march a couple times, load that leg. You'll notice when my leg's off the ground, I'm at just below 250. When I step on the ground, it goes above 250. So I'm going to always test it with weight off my leg to be consistent. I'll get it to that 250. And then in each workout, I have a consistent place of testing it. If you're sometimes testing it when you're standing on your leg and sometimes not, it will be inconsistent. So just choose which way works for you and just be consistent with that. I take the pump off, I'm ready to go. Obviously, I would put the other one on as well to do my exercises. Again, you should feel like you have full freedom of motion. The band should not be catching anywhere, and have that nozzle in front. Okay, to remove the band, same thing, push on the tip. So you'll hear that air escape a little bit there. Then I'm going to take it off, put the flap down. I'm going to bend it twice, and I'm going to squeeze and then let that air escape as I squeeze it, and then it's nice and flat for next use. For long-term care of these, you can clean them if you wear them, especially if you wear like a tank top, you might sweat on them. You can wipe them down with a wipe, with an alcohol wipe, or just a washcloth with soap and water. You can throw them in the gentle cycle of the wash machine with soap. I just wouldn't do that all the time because it will potentially break down the band quicker. But every now and then, every month or so, throw it in. It's nice to give them a nice full cleaning. I've had these bands for 3 years, and I use them 3 or 4 times a week. So they should last you a long time if you're taking care of them. You do have a year warranty. If there's any issues, you can always reach out and we can help you make sure that you're getting the most out of your bands and a good long life. These are going to become your best friends in your workouts. Have fun using them. Reach out if you have any questions or need any support. We do have programs for coaching to help you get started and progressing correctly. So if we do have a free 30-day trial if you want that, or any other coaching, just reach out. We're here to help. But otherwise, have fun, get some results, and stay strong.